Welcome to the Gym Success Podcast, and a big welcome to all of you listening in today. Gym owners, gym operators, managers, salespeople, gym entrepreneurs, personal trainers, wherever you fit in the fitness world. We're glad you're here. I'm Bonnie.
And I'm George. And today, we're going to dive into a really important white paper by jthomas.
That's right. Our goal really is simple, to give you some solid, actionable insights you can actually use.
Because let's face it, the fitness industry, well, it's always moving, always changing.
Definitely. But the last few years, it feels like dynamic doesn't quite cover it, does it? Disruption isn't, just a possibility anymore. It feels like the new normal. We're talking about like rapid tech changes, huge shifts in what consumers want, health crises, economic ups and downs. It can all change a gym's path almost overnight.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about surviving these things anymore. The real question is, how do you actually thrive? How do you come out stronger? And that's what jthomas really digs into in his paper. He points out that the gym's doing well now. They're not clinging to the past, hoping things go back to how they were.
No, they're looking forward.
They're built differently. They're built for resilience, kind of disruption-proof, as he puts it. So this conversation isn't just about weathering the storm.
It's about strategy.
Exactly. It's about looking at a framework for building a gym business that can actually use all this change, use it as fuel for growth. It's a whole different mindset.
Okay, I like that disruption as fuel. So let's dive into that framework. The first pillar jthomas talks about is building a culture of agility. The idea being, a stiff business breaks, but an agile one bends. What does that actually look like in a gym setting? How do you do agility?
That's the key question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because agility sounds good, but putting it into practice, well, Jim emphasizes it means really encouraging experimentation, like constantly.
Not just once in a while.
No. It's about being okay with trying new membership ideas. Maybe a hybrid model, maybe something totally different. Testing new class formats based on what members are actually saying right now.
Okay.
And a big piece is empowering your staff. Letting your front desk team or your trainers make quick decisions that help a member without needing like 3 levels of sign-off.
Cutting through the bureaucracy.
Totally. Jim talks about training staff, not just on the basics, but on rapid problem solving, on being proactive. It's about trusting them.
So it sounds like decentralizing things a bit, giving more power to the front lines.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Maybe even more fundamentally, it's about making change normal, making innovation, just part of the everyday expectation.
Right.
When that's the culture, when everyone kind of expects things to shift and adapt, then disruption isn't this scary thing anymore. It actually becomes an opportunity to, try something new, maybe even get ahead. It's a competitive edge.
That makes a ton of sense. So you've got this flexible internal culture. The next big piece jthomas points out is financial resilience. Pillar 2, diversify revenue streams. Lots of gyms got caught out relying too heavily just on in-person memberships, right?
Oh, absolutely. That was a huge wake-up call for many.
So what are the opportunities here? How are the thriving gyms really diversifying? It's more than just adding one extra class type, I assume.
Oh, way more. What's really interesting in Jim's analysis is the strategic diversification. It's not just tacking things on. It's building multiple, somewhat independent income streams.
Okay, like what?
Well, beyond the obvious like virtual training or hybrid memberships, which are kind of table stakes, now think about creating on-demand content libraries. Your expertise packaged up, maybe sold as a subscription, or even licensed out.
Licensed out? Like to companies?
Yeah, corporate wellness programs are huge. Instead of just offering discounts, becoming a real partner, offering workshops, content, maybe even on-site stuff. That's a whole other revenue channel.
That's smart. What else?
Expanding retail is another one, but strategically, not just T-shirts. Think high-margin supplements, maybe curated home workout gear, nutrition products, and then specialty workshops and programs.
Like short courses?
Exactly. Things like a Learn to Run 5K program or strength training for cyclists or, postnatal recovery. These attract specific groups, often command higher prices, and build authority. It's about having multiple safety nets, It spreads the risk, but also keeps your brand constantly in front of people.
Right, multiple touch points. That really broadens the definition of a gym. And that leads nicely into pillar 3, leveraging technology as a growth engine. Jim says tech isn't just nice to have anymore, it's like fundamental for growth. How can gyms use tech smartly?
Yeah, and smartly is the key word. It's not about chasing every shiny new object. Jim focuses on core strategies.
Hmm.
First up, a really good mobile app. That's non-negotiable now. For booking, sure, but also for delivering workout plans, setting push notifications, maybe even smart suggestions.
Like suggesting a class based on their history?
Exactly, like Amazon does. Then, integrating wearables, not just for tracking steps, but making it fun. Gamification, maybe leaderboards, challenges, points for hitting goals that unlock rewards. It builds engagement.
Using that data creatively.
Precisely. And then marketing automation using AI. Sounds fancy, but lots of CRM systems have this now. It means sending personalized messages automatically, like an offer for PP to someone only doing classes, or a "hey, we miss you" note if someone hasn't checked in, nurturing leads and members without manual effort.
Okay, so more targeted communication.
Right. And finally, using data analytics, not just to see who might leave, but to spot trends. What classes are hot? When are people really coming? What equipment do we actually need more of? It helps you make smarter decisions and positions you as, future focused.
Being proactive with data, not just reactive. Got it. Okay, pillar 4, keep members at the center. Jim Thomas says disruption really highlights this truth. Members stick around where they feel seen, supported, valued. So how do gyms create that deep connection?
It really comes down to shifting from just transactions, selling memberships, to building relationships. Jim talks about focusing on retention. Big one. Community.
How so?
Building it both online and offline, like member-only Facebook groups or forums where people share tips, successes, to build connections. And offline, regular challenges, social events, things that make the gym more than just a place to work out.
Creating that tribe feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And secondly, personalized communication. Not just generic emails. We're talking messages for anniversaries.
Yeah.
Checking in if they miss a few sessions. Genuinely asking if things are okay, not just selling. Celebrating their progress if you track it.
You're making it personal.
Yes. And thirdly, feedback loops. Actually asking for feedback regularly, short surveys, quick check-ins, and crucially, showing that you're acting on it. When members feel heard, connected, cared for, they're way less likely to jump ship, even when things get tough or competitors offer deals. It builds real loyalty.
That stickiness is invaluable. Okay, pillar 5 sounds crucial. Develop crisis-proof operations. Jim argues the resilient gyms don't just react, they anticipate. They build for bumps in the road. What are the best practices here?
Yeah, this connects to that bigger resilience picture. It's about building operational shock absorbers, if you like. Jim really stresses having a financial runway.
Like savings.
Exactly. Ideally, at least 3 months of operating expenses tucked away, separate from money you need for growth. It gives you breathing room, stops you making panic decisions if revenue dips suddenly.
Makes sense.
Another big one. Flexible contracts. Trying to negotiate terms with landlords, equipment lessors, vendors. Can you pause payments in an emergency? Having those conversations before you need them is key.
Thinking ahead. Smart.
Definitely.
Oh.
Then thinking about staffing. Relying only on full-time staff can be risky. Exploring part-time, freelance, maybe even outsourcing certain roles gives you flexibility to scale up or down quickly with demand.
Adaptable workforce.
Right. And finally, solid standard operating procedures, SOPs. Clear written processes for everything important. It means things run smoothly even if key people are out or if you have to change how you operate quickly. Everyone knows what to do. It's all about preparedness, allowing you to pivot faster and with less pain.
Good systems make a huge difference. Okay, pillar 6. Position yourself as a local authority. Jim says in uncertain times, people look for trusted voices. How does a gym become that go-to expert in its community?
This is about building influence, really. Becoming more than just a place with treadmills. Jim highlights publishing expert content consistently.
Like blogging.
Blogging, videos, maybe newsletter, but focusing on valuable educational stuff, busting fitness myths, showing proper form, talking about local health trends, being a reliable source of info.
Gotcha.
Secondly, partnerships are huge here too. But think beyond just discounts. Partnering with, say, local physical therapists, nutritionists, chiropractors, cross-referrals between trust professionals are gold.
Creating a wellness network.
Exactly. And hosting educational events. Maybe free webinars on injury prevention, Q&As with experts, workshops on specific topics like marathon training or nutrition basics. The more you become that trusted authority, the less vulnerable you are to someone just competing on price. You offer more value.
Building that credibility.
Yeah.
Okay, pillar 7 is interesting, maybe a bit painful. Constantly reinvest and reinvent. Jim points out that gyms often fail during disruption because they stopped investing. Easy to cut costs, but potentially fatal. What areas need that continuous attention?
Yeah, this is critical. It's tempting to pull back when things get tight, but Jim argues that's precisely when you need to show commitment. First, reinvest in the facility itself.
Keeping things fresh.
Absolutely. Fresh paint, updated equipment, even if it's gradual, keeping things spotlessly clean. Small upgrades signal that you're investing in the member experience that you're planning to be around. It builds confidence.
In staff.
Huge. Investing in ongoing staff development. Training in sales, sure. But also customer service, maybe leadership skills. A well-trained, engaged team delivers a better experience, period. And they're more adaptable.
What about the actual fitness offerings?
Got to keep those fresh, too. Constantly looking at trends, listening to member feedback, refreshing the class schedule, maybe adding new types of training, like recovery services if that's trending. Don't let things get stale. It shows you're dynamic, you're evolving with your members. It signals vitality.
Right, keeping things exciting. Now, pillar 8. This one feels really counterintuitive sometimes. Play offense, not defense. Jim says while the instinct is to retreat during tough times, successful gyms push forward. What does playing offense actually mean here?
This is a powerful mindset shift, yeah. Playing offense, according to Jim's research, often means increasing your marketing visibility when competitors are cutting back.
Really? When money's tight?
Think about it. Less noise in the market means your message gets heard more easily. It might mean launching some bold, targeted promotions, or maybe introducing a really innovative new program that captures attention while others are hesitant.
Seeing the disruption as a chance to gain ground.
Precisely. It's also about your messaging. Keep it confident, aggressive even, not we're struggling through, but we're innovating, we're strong, we're here for you. That forward momentum is infectious. Jim gives examples of gyms that, during downturns, actually launched premium, high-ticket services and captured a market segment that wasn't being served well. It's about proactively shaping your future, not just reacting.
That takes courage, but I can see how it works. Okay, pillar 9. Build strong partnerships. We touched on this for authority, but Jim sees broader strategic value. What other kinds of alliances should gyms explore?
Yeah, it's about building a supportive ecosystem. Beyond the health pros and local cafes, think about schools and youth sports teams. Huge potential for athletic training programs, maybe specialized camps.
Tapping into that youth market.
Definitely. And here's an interesting one Jim mentions. Partnering with other fitness businesses, maybe complementary ones, like a yoga studio if you're more focused on strength, or even direct competitors for certain things.
For joint events?
Yeah, maybe community fitness challenges, a shared wellness fair, collaborating on a charity fundraiser. It builds collective resilience, expands everyone's reach, and can open doors you wouldn't find alone. It's about strength in numbers sometimes.
Interesting perspective. Okay, last one, pillar 10. Maintain the right mindset. Jim wraps up by saying that navigating disruption is as much about your head game as your strategy. What's the winning mindset he describes?
This is kind of the foundation for everything else, isn't it? The core idea is framing. Seeing disruption not primarily as a threat, something to fear, but actually as an opportunity.
An opportunity for what?
For innovation, for improvement, even for gaining market share if others are panicking or slow to adapt. It's about viewing turbulence as a chance to step up, to lead, to show resilience.
So it dictates how you react, how the whole team reacts.
Absolutely. That mindset, positive, proactive, maybe even a little bit bold. It sets the tone for everyone. Your staff feels it, your members feel it, the community sees it. It fosters confidence, encourages creative solutions instead of just hunkering down. It's what really separates the gyms that just get by from the ones that genuinely thrive through challenges.
Wow. Okay, so pulling all this together, what's the big takeaway for everyone listening? Jim Thomas's insights make it clear. Disruption isn't going away. It is the new normal. But, and this is the crucial part, for gym owners, for fitness entrepreneurs, this isn't necessarily bad news. It's actually a massive strategic opportunity, right?
Exactly. If you intentionally build in agility, if you strategically diversify how you make money, if you leverage tech smartly, if you really focus on your members and build community, if you crisis-proof your operations, build authority, keep reinvesting, play offense, build partnerships, and crucially, maintain that positive forward-looking mindset.
Then you can build a business that doesn't just survive.
It thrives. It actually gets stronger because of the disruption. The gyms that are going to lead the way tomorrow, they're being built right now using these principles.
So the big question for you listening is, will your gym be one of them?
And look, if you feel like you need some help putting these systems in place, maybe improving your facility or turning things around, we definitely recommend contacting Jim Thomas directly. He works with gyms on exactly this kind of stuff.
That's Jim Thomas, and you can reach him at 214-629-7223. or shoot him an email, jthomas@fmconsulting.net.
We really hope this conversation, diving into Jim's framework, has given you some valuable, concrete ideas you can take back to your business.
Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us for this important discussion.